all of these sort of life philosophies that I consider within my full bush drawer are really healthy. They're part of my personal health, and so it helps me to talk about them. For example, I've had really good luck in my career, and I've come to a place where it's been suggested to me that I've become an asshole with a yacht. They're like, come on down to the marina, buy a yacht, smoke cigars, be an asshole with us. It's the kind of guys that are the antagonists in hip-hop videos. And I was like, no, don't you understand? You're a bad guy. Like, I don't want to be a bad guy. I want to keep creating stuff. And so that's one of the reasons I keep my wood shop going. And there's an element of, here's what I have to avoid, is too much planning or worrying. Because if I sit down and try to strategize or plan things, you start to think about all the ways things could go wrong, and then you get scared, and you're like, well, let's just stay in bed and for the rest of our lives, and then we'll die soon. That is fun for a couple days, but then you're like, oh no, this is depressing. We have to go outside. And so I liken it to a bull in a china shop. But there's something about it that I really enjoy. If you spend your days trying to find your ass with both hands, every once in a while, an errant finger or thumb is bound to slip into an unexpected nook or cranny, and you end up with a home run when you didn't even realize you were playing baseball. It served me very well. It's not clean, it's not messy, but neither is life. It's the way I have found to navigate nature that has done very good for me, and it ended up leading me on the weird, circuitous path to this show, Parks and Recreation, and the role of Ron Swanson. So you could understand that I'd be okay with the route. That was such an incredibly good piece of fortune, that job, in so many ways. It showered me with so much bounty in all walks of life. It brought me so much benevolent gifting over and over. Even now, it's still happening. Of course, I'm incredibly grateful for it. I have such wonderful support from my fans and my audience and the world. I was part of this group that made art that made people feel good and still does. And it's a wonderful thing about this business, is when you can deliver that kind of medicine. But there's a bit of a conundrum that I find myself in that I want to talk to you about. We stopped shooting that show 4 years ago, which means they stopped paying me money to work on it 4 years ago. Now, my wife and I have grown quite accustomed to some very fancy lotions. That's a lie. I have grown very accustomed to some very fancy lotions. I'm in trouble, you guys. I'm hooked on this shit, and it is expensive. What I do mainly to make money is work as a character actor. So for 4 years, I've needed to get more jobs playing more characters so I can get the money, so I can get my lotions. That's my conundrum.